Are you looking to potentially move to Lakewood Ranch and you've heard of Waterside and want more information regarding it? In this video, I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about Waterside, every single community that exists in Waterside, in the geographical location, and all that is going on there. Hi, I'm Ryan Zachos. I'm with Zachos Realty Design Group out of Sarasota, Florida. I'm sitting here in my office in downtown Sarasota. We have an office in downtown Venice on Venice Island as well. I currently live in Lakewood Ranch and I was born and raised here in Sarasota. Given that I know more about this area than anyone, being that I'm from here. My father is a retired police officer with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. He's a broker with me. And you'll learn more about me at the end of this video, but so let's just dive right into learning about Waterside and all the communities that make up Waterside. Waterside is a community of Lakewood Ranch. It's within Lakewood Ranch. So Lakewood Ranch is a 50 square mile community. It has its own town center. It's got multiple zip codes that make it up, and it's got about 30 different neighborhoods that make up Lakewood Ranch. Waterside is actually the Sarasota County side of Lakewood Ranch. Most of Lakewood Ranch, from a land mass, exists in Manatee County. This is the one portion of Lakewood Ranch that exists in Sarasota County, so it's on the southern side of University, and it encompasses pretty much that block on a map from Lakewood Ranch Boulevard to Lorain, and now even east of Lorain with Shellstone and Wild Blue, up to University and then down to Fruitville. So that little block of land is considered Waterside. There are some communities that are in that block of land that aren't in Waterside, but we're going to focus on what Lakewood Ranch communities exist, and there are 11 of them that I'm going to highlight today. So what I love about Waterside is Waterside has a little town center, which is awesome. It's sitting on a very large lake, so it's a beautiful, wonderful view. It's very new, just being built in the last couple of years and open to the public. They're still adding stores and restaurants and things like that to Waterside and that whole entire area. So the infrastructure is vast. There are restaurants and breweries and ice cream shops and Kilwins, and just recently opened a Mexican restaurant right there in that Waterside Place, which is the town center area. And all these communities are going to be surrounding that, and they're within a golf cart ride or a bike ride, or even some of these communities within walking distance to that town center. What I love about Waterside is its geographical location. It's actually the most southwestern portion of Lakewood Ranch. I think that's very important because on a map, the highlight of the Gulf Coast here in this area is going to be downtown Sarasota, University Town Center, the beaches like Siesta and Lido and Longboat, Nokomis Beach. All these beaches are going to be a lot closer from Waterside than they would be in that northeastern quadrant where a lot of the new construction is existing in Lakewood Ranch currently. So the new construction here in Waterside is closer to downtown Sarasota. It's closer to the beaches, closer to UTC, being that it's a very good geographical location, and it's something to consider if you are looking for new construction in Lakewood Ranch. So let's dive right into the communities. First, I'm going to give you highlights that are kind of broad scopes for these communities in Waterside. One is there are no age-restricted communities in Waterside. So out of 11 communities, there's not one 55 plus or older community in Waterside. Also, there are no golf communities. So there's not any of these communities. None of these communities feature a golf course or that type of golf community within Waterside. Lakewood Ranch obviously has a handful and some wonderful golf communities, but Waterside does not have a golf community. Every community is maintenance free, which I think is kind of a cool thing, except for Kingfisher Estates. Kingfisher Estates is a very exclusive, very, very tiny, a 13-hole community. I'll talk about that later in my list, but if you take that out, all 10 other communities are maintenance-free. Maintenance included in the HOA dues for that community. Every community is not gated. I've heard that this is actually a Sarasota County thing. There is one community that's gated, technically in Waterside. It's kind of outside that little bubble. All these communities kind of exist around that town center. There's one community. Every community is actually not gated except for one community, and that is Windward. All these communities kind of circle around that town center like I talked about. Windward's kind of off by itself. It's on the corner of Lorain and Fruitville Road, so it's a little bit separated. It's next to another community, Hidden Creek, that's actually not considered part of the Waterside area community, but that is a gated community that exists within Waterside, but all the other communities, all other 10 communities are not gated. I've heard that's actually a Sarasota County rule or stipulation within the Waterside community. Just to let you know, if you're looking for a gated community, Windward's the only option in Waterside. And then communities with activities directors. I think this is actually a really cool stat. There's only 4 communities that exist in Waterside that have activities directors. This kind of shows you that these 4 communities are going to be the most resort-like communities. They're going to have the most amenities. Hence, they have a full-time activities director, social calendars, and stuff like that going on within these communities. So if you're looking for really that resort-style living, the really amenity-rich communities within Waterside, these 4 communities are probably where you're going to want to target. That's Lake House Cove, Shellstone, Wild Blue, and Windward, those 4 communities. Let's dive in. I'm going to start at a top of the list. We're going down to the bottom. I'm going to start with the most affordable communities in Waterside and work my way all the way down to the most expensive and exclusive communities, which I've already highlighted a little bit at the bottom of the list. So starting at the top, Avanti is a Pulte community. They have townhomes and single-family homes in Avanti. Their townhomes start in the 300s. Their single families, I believe, start in the high 400 range. There's 166 homes that make up this community. The HOAs are actually very low in this community, and they start 100s range, depending on whether a townhome or a single family home. They do not have any amenities. It's a bare bones community, but like I said, everything is maintenance wise is included with that HOA due. Next is Nautique. Nautique is an MI community. I like MI. They're a respected builder, just like Pulte is. Pulte's Devasta, Pulte, and Del Webb are all one builder ownership group. MI is kind of in that same bucket. And then Nautique does feature townhomes and single-family homes as well. They have single-family homes pricing starting in that 400s range. That's just a hair up from the townhomes of Avanti. But there are 222 homes that make up this community. The HOAs are in that hundreds to 200s, low 200s range, whether again, if it's a townhome or single family home. They actually do have some amenities. It's bare bones, not very many, but they do have a pool. They have a pickleball court. They have a dog park there in Nautique. They have a playground for the kids. They call them a top park, I believe, for that community. And then the maintenance is included, like we talked about with all the other communities. Then diving into the next one, Windward. I only put Windward on the list because Windward actually does have million plus homes. We have a home under contract for right around $1 million in Windward right now. They do have some nice larger homes in Windward. It's a Neal community, very respected builder. Put it here on the list because their villas are actually very affordable. They're in that 400s range. They're attached villas. In Windward is a gated community. There are actually 780 homes to make up this community, so it's a lot bigger. It does a couple things. It keeps the HOA at an affordable level, but also there's a lot more amenities included in Windward. We just put a contract together for a client in Windward, and they were really excited about the amenities that includes, that having the activities director and a very good social calendar and stuff like that at Windward. But the HOA is in that 200 to 400 range, again, whether you're a villa or a single family home. It does have all the amenities that you would expect in like a activity rich or amenity rich community, a pickleball court, a dog park, a playground, a fitness center, everything pretty much, but no bar or restaurant, obviously no golf, and it is a gated community. It's maintenance free as well. So going on to Emerald Landing. Emerald Landing is a brand new community in Waterside. It's a David Weekley community. They do feature townhomes and single family homes as well. They actually are going to start in the 500s. It's right around the corner from that town center, that Waterside Place, the town center there. So it's a great location on a map. It's going to consist of 193 homes. The HOAs will be in that 250 to 400 a month range. There will be a pool, a tennis court, and a dog park there, I believe, in Emerald Landing. And the maintenance is included in that community as well. If you're looking for a location walkable to that town center, it's a brand new community. They're just breaking ground. They're just getting going on sales. That's definitely considered. David Weekley, smaller builder, but still very well respected. We've sold some David Weekley homes. They're kind of just getting started in Lakewood Ranch. They haven't done much in Lakewood Ranch previously, but in Sarasota, they have some smaller communities that we've done some sales in. So good builder, great to work with. Bungalow Walk is another brand new community, and it's kind of actually a little bit around the corner from that Waterside Place. It's not directly around like Lake House Cove and Shoreview and Emerald Landing and some of these other communities that kind of surround that Waterside Place. This is a little bit around the corner. Brand new home. And again, another builder that's just kind of getting started here in Lakewood Ranch. It's called Dream Home Finders. They're selling single family homes starting in the 500s. They have 225 homes they're going to make up the community, and their HOA is around $200 a month. They're gonna have a clubhouse, they're gonna have a pool, playground, and then the maintenance is gonna be included in this community as well. So this community is gonna be actually a lot closer to University. Waterside Place kind of sits in between University and Fruitville, kind of tucked back in there a little bit. This community is going to give you great access to UTC. You'd shoot out to University and go straight west to UTC, or you can head south down Lake Ranch Boulevard to Fruitville and be at Waterside in a couple minutes as well. So right around the corner from everything, great location, very affordable new construction price point here in this Waterside district. Our next community I'm going to talk about is a community that I'm excited about. It's just getting started. It's just breaking ground. I think it's going to be a spectacular community. I'm thinking of it as a Lake House Cove. If you're familiar with Lake House Cove, it's going to be very similar. It's called Shellstone. It's going to be east of Lorain, just north of Fruitville, just south of Wild Blue. What's going on right now? Wild Blue is a little bit further along in construction than Shellstone. I was just in Lake House Cove this last weekend with a client and looking at Homes by Town's model there, and they're selling actively in Shellstone, and the prices are actually really affordable. I think they're starting with their smaller homes in the 600 range, but they're obviously going to go up to well over $1 million, $2 million. They're building Homes by Town in there, and Lee Wetherington are both building in Shellstone. Two great builders. Lee Wetherington's fully custom. Homes by Town would be a semi-custom build. Great lots on water. Lots starting, I think, at the 400s for new construction, going all the way up to 900 if you're like a very large lot overlooking a big part of the water. It's going to be a wonderful community. It's going to be very amenity rich. It's going to be about 682 homes, so it'll be a larger community from that perspective. It won't be gated like all these other communities. It will be maintenance free. It's going to have everything, every amenity you could think of, except for it will not have a restaurant or bar, but it will have an activities director, wonderful pool, amenities plan, tennis, pickleball, playground, pretty much every amenity you could think of. Just take out the bar, restaurant, golf, and gate, but the activities director, it's going to be a spectacular community just getting going. So if you're looking for some value there, potentially check out Shellstone for a new build if you're looking at a new build. Next one is Shoreview. Shoreview is a Pulte community. It's one of the first single-family home communities that were built in Lakewood Ranch. It's pretty much all resale right now regarding that. The homes are going to start in the 900s. It's about 300 homes that make up the community. The HOA for Shellstone is planned at in the 400s. I didn't touch on that, but I think that's going to be in the 400s. Shoreview is going to be in the 300s. All single-family homes kind of surround a large lake. Wonderful views, whether it's water or preserve in Shoreview. Pulte, good builder. Great amenities in there. You got all the amenities that you could want. Fitness center, tennis, pickleball, pool. They actually have a little launch pad for kayak, like Lake House Cove does, into the lake. A lot going on. There's no playground in there, and there's no bar or restaurant in Shoreview as well, but it has all the other amenities that you could imagine, just not gated. It is maintenance free. On to the next, Lake House Cove. That's Homes by Town that they actually have a couple or handful of lots left, and some inventory homes are finishing up there. But Arthur, Ruttenberg, Lee Wetherington also built in these. So yeah, three wonderful builders. Yeah, Homes by Town and semi-custom, and the other two builders were fully custom homes, $2 million plus in Lake House Cove. You can get in there currently in the 800s with the Homes by Town. I think they're finishing up, so their price point, I think, is going to be a little bit higher in that they have a couple inventory homes and a couple lots available. But if you wanted to purchase one of those lots available, you could get in there in the 800s if you were building one of their smaller homes. And obviously their inventory homes are going to be in the $1 million plus range. It's a wonderful community. It's a great location. It's actually the only community right now that has a ferry that runs from the community center itself, the amenity center itself, all the way to the Waterside Place, which is the town center. So it's kind of a really cool perk to the community that's glossed over. Lake House is about 626 homes, HOAs in the 200s, has all the amenities you can think of, wonderful fitness center, a wonderful pool in the water. There is no restaurant or bar in Lake House Cove, but they do have that ferry that runs into the town center, which is absolutely wonderful. It's also, pretty far along in the build out, so that's nice about the community. Wonderful location right around the corner from Waterside Place, the town center. So check out Lake House Cove. And then the last couple, the Alcove. It's a Neil Signature community. It's a very small community at only 47 homes. That price point's going to be in the 800s and up from that community. The HOA is actually in the 500s, but it has no amenities in the community. It's one little tiny pocket on the west side of Lake Ridge Boulevard, kind of on the other side from the town center there in Waterside. But Neil Signature, wonderful builder, a lot of custom options or things that you can do, and very elevated finishes and stuff like that within the community. So it's a wonderful community, but there is no amenities at all. It is maintenance free, high HOA, smaller community. But if that's what you're looking for, it could be a great option for you. Wild Blue, one of my favorite new communities that are existing in Waterside. The median price in Wild Blue is going to be spectacular. So if you're looking for more luxury or looking for a really amenity rich community, looking for a very social community, Wild Blue is going to be it. I love the builders that make up Wild Blue, and I love the diversity of builders. I think that's a very unique aspect to Wild Blue. You have Stock Signature, which they're a semi-custom builder. They do a great job in building. You have Acre Builders. You have John Cannon, Lee Wetherington, and Arthur Ruttenberg all building And these are all custom builders that are building in Wild Blue. And they have lots starting at 65 feet wide, going up to 100 feet, wide in Wild Blue. There's some wonderful builders, wonderful homes. It's going to be a wonderful community with all the amenities. It's going to be super amenity rich. They're going to have the activities director, the pool, the tennis, the pickleball, everything that you could think of in the community except for golf. And again, it's not a gated community. HOA is going to be very high. There are about 505 homes that make up the community. It's going to be very amenity rich. It's even going to have that restaurant and bar included in the community as well. So there's going to be a lot going for it, which is obviously pulling HOA up a little bit. And it's also a little bit smaller of a community. It's not like a size of a Windward at 700 plus homes. It's in that 500 range home wise. So increases that HOA fee a little bit. And then the last is Kingfisher Estates. It's kind of not much to talk about. It's 13 home sites. It's a John Cannon custom build. John Cannon has all these lots. There are 13 lots and it's non-gated. It's not maintenance free. The HOA is 250. And custom home price on that's going to be $3 million up. And that's kind of just getting out of bed with John Cannon, what you're looking at there. So it's going to be a spectacular community there on the water, right on Lake Kingfisher Lake, big lake, great views, great home sites, large lots, great builder. But again, very, very exclusive from being only 13 available at a high price point. And also with no amenities included in that community as well. I hope this gives you everything you need to know to make an informed decision about Waterside. Again, I live in Lakewood Ranch. I was born and raised here, and we do a lot of business in Lakewood Ranch and like to help a lot of people relocate. This is just a little bit about each community. Obviously, if you want any more information or have any questions at all, please reach out. I would absolutely love to be a resource for you. I'd love to chat and help you through this process. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. I just want to pop on real quick and tell you a little bit about who I am and who we are here at Zachos Realty Design Group. I'm Ryan Zachos, as you heard throughout the video. I was born and raised here in Sarasota. I currently live with my family in Lakewood Ranch. Started this firm with my father about 8 years ago or so. We have an office in downtown Sarasota and downtown Venice. He actually lives on Venice Island. My father relocated here from Michigan, and it was his first career out of college at Michigan State, was a police officer here in Sarasota County at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. My mom relocated here from New Jersey when she was actually a child, so they have both relocated here from out of state, but it afforded me the opportunity to actually be born and raised here. So I spent my first 18 years living in Sarasota proper, and then now with my family, we live in Lakewood Ranch. I absolutely love everything about the Gulf Coast of Florida. I've worked in St. Pete, I've worked in Tampa, I lived in Sarasota. My parents currently live in Venice Island. I have sold a lot of stuff in Welland Park. I'm passionate about this area, and I think that it offers an unbelievable lifestyle that is unparalleled to anything else in the state of Florida, let alone the country. I do think that being born and raised here, it provides me the opportunity to provide insight into communities, into areas that a lot of agents don't know. There are a lot of agents, there's 10,000 plus agents here locally, and a lot of those agents actually aren't from here or haven't lived here that very long at all. So being from here, I have had the privilege of building relationships with tons and tons of vendors in every industry you could think of, but then also just having that intimate knowledge of each community and each area, whether it's a pocket of Sarasota or a pocket of Venice or Lakewood Ranch, whatever that consists. I do think that I can provide that value in great detail for you and help you in understanding what your relocation goals are and helping you achieve that in what kind of home and community you want to ultimately be in. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at all. I would love to be a resource for you, and I hope I can meet you one day. Thanks. Talk to you soon.